Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Caesar the Pleaser. I saw the door had no cracks with my thoughts, and I turned to face it. Sure enough, it would have been cool if he was still asleep, just... Hey, Hanako. Sure enough, Hanako comes through shuts the door behind her. She has what seem to be 2 microwave to instant meals in her hands, so this is a little difficult. Good morning, Hanako. Morning. She gives a little bow before making her way. It's so awkward, at least in my mind. Making her way to the desk. Her setting down both plates. I can now see them to be small, steady dishes. Their contents steamy with a fork stuck inside the rice of each. I gave her thanks for bringing them in, and we each take one and get down and eating. She sits in the desk chair while I sit on the side of the bed. I don't like talking about eating, so the silence between us isn't annoying in and of itself. It's the fact that it's only exists because we don't quite know what to say to each other that's off-putting. Hanako glances towards me every so often as she eats. I only notice you're doing so because I'm doing the same thing. We're eating together as if we were a couple. We even had sex last night. At first, for the both of us. Something feels wrong, though. Maybe that's why we can't even say a word to each other when we finish our plates and leave them in the sink. Maybe that's why we leave Hanako's room without holding hands or making small talk. Maybe that's why it feels as we're further apart than we've ever been before. We went to the classroom together, neither of us so much glad to get each other. Just after we do so, I realized that this may have been a mistake. She suddenly lifts her eyebrow at the sight, her suspicions raised. Imagine, what did you do today, Sal? We had sex. What the fuck? Sal fucked Hanako. Let that sink in a little bit. I'm enjoying it. Okay. I literally saw them having sex. I would think, you know, they would skip that or something. They literally showed it, you guys. This is nice. Alright, what time is it? Okay. We reach the center aisle between the classroom desks and look at each other. I'm not quite sure what I should say. Does she want me to address her as a girlfriend? I don't think our relationship was... Oh, that's why it feels so strange. You fucking idiot. No shit. See you. Okay. I arcly hold up my hand as we take our seats at our respective desks. You fucking idiot. That's why. Are you guys going out? You didn't make this clear. Are you? Are you now? Technically. I can't even look back at her out of embarrassment. I feel like a gulf between Hanako and I is because of me. Oh no! Oh no! Suzune begins to make her way towards me, but then Moto enters the room. Oh thank God. I'll thank her for survival being so well timed. Drawing Shizune and her questioning all way to wait for another time. I wouldn't have been able to answer her anyway. I like her though. I never told her what my feelings are for her. I never said she saw me anything before on a friend either. Yet, despite that, we sat together. Yeah, that's called the casualness of life now, dude. You can do that, people. In case you didn't know, you can do that now. Yeah. A lot of people that aren't from, you know, urban areas are gonna be like, what? No, you can't. You have not lived in the hood, motherfucker. Yes, you can. It's casual sex. Or, it could be more, which, no shit. The bell signal, the beginning of lunch rings out. Moto is taken a little off guard. His chemistry lecture being cut off mid-sentence, much to his chagrin. The entirety of the class is rambling past through one ear and out of the other, as my mind mulls over the question of Hanako. I can't get her out of my mind, and by now I have managed to mind myself up about it. I realize that she never said yes to what we did. She didn't say no either. For the people that are wondering, technically, you could say, and Sal raped her. I'm technically speaking, simply based on observation. Because she never said, come touch me. technically he raped her. Just saying, homie. So, you're a rapist, so good job. But would she have been able to? He's extremely submissive at best of times. And no doubt it took her our guarded effort to show me her scarring. I decided to try to make trying to at least make conversation with her. That would be better than the monosyllabic communication that's been the most we've managed between each other so far today. Are you kidding me? I walked to her desk and intended to chat, but she awkwardly blushes and looks down even before I come up to her. Before I take a breath to speak, but I find myself lost of words. What in the world should I say to her? What? Hearing approaching footsteps, I turn to see Shizune and Misha already making their way towards us. No doubt with that attempt to start asking each other some questions. A couple of other classmates are looking at us gossiping between themselves as they throw sidelong glances. Wait a minute! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No! Oh guys. They must have not noticed Hanako and I coming together earlier. I open my mouth to reassure Hanako, but she preempts me. I got something I gotta go do! Oh! Damn, dude. You just got brushed the fuck off. She gets out of her chair and dashes for the door. A couple of the books and pens that were under desk are falling into the floor in a rush. Not many people seem to care about this event. A few look around to see what the fuss is about, but go back to whatever they were previously doing, so afterward. I'm not despairingly looking at the door that Hanako disappeared out of. The idea of running after her passes through my mind, but I'm fairly sure that Hanako can run faster than I can. And besides, what would I say to her once I caught up anyway? Eventually, I simply crouched down and began to pick up the items that have fallen into the ground of her desk. I feel low, in every way. Reduced to this as a student passed by me on their way out of the room. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. No, god. Always them! It's always them. I feel the top of my shoulder. I look up to see Shizune and Misha looking at me. Curiosity about the situation ran on their face, mixed with a slightly apologetic look on the idea that they were partially responsible for what just happened, just like typically. Hey Chad, if we can help at all, I just shake my head. This doesn't matter for them. And from Shizune's expression and the tone of Misha's voice, I think they know the same thing. Shizune acknowledges my response and gives a solemn bow before making her way out the room. Misha soon follows her, obediently following her role as Shizune's shadow. I pick myself up, books and pen in hand, and place them inside Hanako's desk. With the classroom now empty, I end up just leaning against her desk and thinking to myself in silence. It feels like there's a complete emotional disconnect between Hanako and I. We haven't known each other for all that long, and if I wanted to start going out with her, I really don't know that much about Hanako views things. I've been studying as hard as I can for exams, but I still don't feel like I have any real sense of direction behind it. I try to be in front of Hanako, even if I couldn't tell her my feelings, and all we've done is drive each other apart. I couldn't even write a letter back to the girl who ever loved me, in Hanako, who sounds like Hanako. What should I do? What can I do? I simply don't know the answer to either of those questions. I do know that nobody else can help me with them. Oh, dude, I completely understand that feeling, dude. Shit. Just going back to the way things were would be enough to make me happy, but I know that it can never happen. And what will Lily say if she were to come back and then Hanako tells her, and then it's like, what the fuck, Hisao? How could you do that when we talked on the phone about this shit? I said to just be there for her, not fucking fuck her, dude. Something changed between us last night. Maybe it changed beforehand, and it just came to my head then. I know there's still a wall that Hanako has between me and her. I've been hitting that wall every time I try to interact with her on any level. But now I'm beginning to think that I have my own wall between us, just as much as she does. She had to practically drag my past out of me, and mine was much less traumatic as hers. I wonder if it's because I haven't had long to adjust my heart attack, but I know full well that it would just be an excuse. The one time I can recall when it really felt like she was opening up to me from her own accord when we were playing billiards in the city, I was the one who stopped her from going forward. Huh. I want to know Hanako better. I want to save our friendship, if not begin a real relationship with her. My mind begins to tick as I sit against her desk, thinking to myself in an empty classroom that we spent so much time in here together. I have to talk to Hanako. I paced around the park, feelings of anxiety rolling over me. Every so often I reach into my pocket and take out my phone, but each and every time I hesitate and end up slipping it back in. If this was any normal situation, I wouldn't be cutting classes. Unfortunately, it isn't, and so I find myself in the town below the school at 2 in the afternoon. Oh hey, it's 2 right now. Ever since I met Hanako, I've been the one to initiate everything between us. The one that started conversations and went to her wherever she was and suggested what we should do. Today, this once, I don't want to be the only one doing that. My hand dives into my pocket once more. This time, I quickly navigate the texting menu before I have a chance to change my mind. Hanako, if you want to talk, I'll be in the park in the town for a while. Finding my last measure of doubt, I thumb my message to Hanako and press the button to send it. And now, I wait. A part of this has been fulfilled. What needs to happen now is for Hanako to make the decision. It would be meaningless for me to drag her ear. She needs to decide for herself whether she wants to meet me. The apple juice from the vending machine tastes awfully better as I swill it down. A grip on the can has caused it to dent slightly in the middle. I shouldn't be this tense, but it's probably inedible. Hanako's dear to me. What happened in the last couple of days has put a lot of pressure on both of us. That deal of losing all the progress we've made in coming closer to one another and losing our friendship as a whole is deeply unsettling. But even then, I still don't really know how close we are. We may have had sex, but before that, all I knew us to be was friends. Maybe we are more than that, but if so, I never realized it. Maybe that's why I feel so uneasy now. I don't understand Hanako, despite all the time we spend together. The minutes are ticking by, and I still have no idea whether she'll show up. Hisao? I pause for a moment, almost not believing I'm hearing the voice I'm hearing. I drop the can and stand up with the start. Hanako. We look at each other for a few seconds, before Hanako becomes too embarrassed to maintain eye contact and begins to nervously fiddle with the roughly cut lock of hair covering the side of her face. When I went to see Hanako in her room by myself after her breakdown, I had no idea what to say. That was fine. Then, all either of us wanted was each other's presence. Now though, I feel like I need to talk to her directly. I want to break down this wall between us before it forces us apart for good. Hanako, what we did that night, how should I interpret that? Hanako starts playing with her hair and looks at me. Her head cast slightly downwards. She looks ashamed, which is probably a good mirror of how I would look now if I weren't so concerned. I thought you might eventually go away if I was only someone you needed to protect. I thought that if I let you do that, you might see me as someone more than that. Oh, wow. The one thing he's been wanting to do is the reason that's been making her so nervous. Oh, wow. Damn, shooting a letter for that. My first reaction is disbelief, but I did do it with her after all. I had plenty of opportunities where I could have stopped things, stepped back, and questioned what we were doing. In the end, though, I didn't. A horrible feeling rises in the pit of my stomach. She offered herself to me because of what she thought I wanted, and now it feels like I took advantage of her. She may have been willing, but under false premises. I never been good at hiding my emotions from physically showing, and now is no different. Hanako looks down once more, a strange mixture of depression, regret, and sickness written into her face. Thick silence hangs in the air, save for the breeze blowing through the trees around us. I knew you couldn't look at me that way. Hanako's words are still a little more than a whisper, seemingly directed just as much at herself to me. In what way? What do you mean? All I ever was to you was a useless person, just someone to protect, someone like a child. I wanted to be more to you than that, but after so long, I got used to it. The tone of her voice is unlike anything I've heard her use before. She sounds disgusted, not at me, but at herself. After I came out of my room, I saw that you had started drifting away. I felt like I was going to lose you because you wanted somebody you could have that kind of relationship with. You were more quiet in school than before, and you were getting on so well with Yuko. I thought that I might lose you. She thought that I was bored with her because I wanted a romantic relationship? But, God damn it, Estelle, stop using that word! We're friends, right? I wouldn't just abandon you like that, even if what you're saying was true. Friendship was something I thought I'd given up on. I stopped believing in others after what happened after the accident. Before the accident happened, I got on well with people and other children. I didn't have many friends, and I didn't mind, because I treasured the ones I had. Afterwards, though, I was called names by others and teased a lot. It hurt. Really deeply. The teachers tried to help, but they couldn't do much. And even many of them recoiled just at the sight of me. Among those calling me names and teasing me were the ones I thought were my closest friends. From then on, I believed that it didn't matter if nobody else acknowledged me. All my existence ever did was make people trouble after all. It was easier if I just didn't existed. But after meeting Lily and then you, I tried, but I couldn't make myself think that way again. All that time, she didn't trust me. She thought, just like everyone else in her life had, that she was worthless. Someone to throw away once I got bored of being with her. That hurts. That's the one kind of person I never, ever want to be seen as. Because I know better than most just how horrible, and I know I messed that up, horrible it feels to be thrown away by those who I thought liked me. She's cracking for the memories she's bringing up. I feel useless, completely unable to console her. In a strange way though, I'm almost thankful that she's allowing me to know this. The wall between us is going away, even if it hurts so badly just to bring it down. Hanako, if you just told me, was I wrong? Of course she wasn't. Hanako wasn't wrong. It's difficult to force myself to admit this, but I know trying to deny it is pointless. To me and to Lily, she was someone we tried to protect. She had become to me what I became to my friends after my heart attack, a broken person. I liked her, possibly even loved her, but I never acted on that precisely because I thought she was so fragile. I mean, I don't look at you that way now. I got worried about you after what happened to you in class. I thought I should try to protect you. When you locked yourself in your room, though, I got afraid. I thought you were rejecting me, and it forced me to think a lot about different things. I wasn't rejecting you! She blurts it out with almost a scared tone in her voice, taking me off guard. She quickly becomes embarrassed by her outburst before clenching her fist and working through what she wants to say in her mind. I would never do that, not to you. Even though I was scared, even though I tried to push you away, you still tried to get closer to me. I locked myself away because I was just a burden to you, to Lily, to everyone. Every birthday was the same. Everyone doing their best to pretend that I mattered. Everyone pretending that everything was alright for that one day of the year. I didn't want to exist, but they wouldn't let me. Even after meeting Lily, everything was the same. I was as useless as I always been, unable to do anything for her or for myself. I didn't want to be the same way to you. Lily and I were completely wrong. From what she said, everything we did for her, it would have only made her feel worse. Even what little I thought I had right about her was a complete misjudgment. After you locked yourself away in your room, I decided to try to work out my past as well, and start out my future. I didn't know how to deal with the things I lost by coming to Yamako, so I was trying to sort them out myself. I thought it would help us become better friends, if I did that. Silence hangs in the air again. I try to keep looking at her, but I can't. I feel really low, and though I want to apologize, I don't know how I possibly could. I hear her take a deep breath and only look back at her after hearing her drop to the ground. Oh, dude. The sound of her crying breaks my heart. I know I'm responsible for this, and I know that I can't do anything to help her. If Hanako feels ashamed, then I feel all the more so. I rushed to her as tears continued to roll down her cheeks unabated, wrapping my arms around her. I don't care about how I must look anymore. I just want to be close to her right now. I'm sorry, Sal. I've messed everything up. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm the one that should be sorry. I was meddling around behind your back. I never told you anything. I can feel my grip tightening on Hanako as my visions blur. I can't be bothered trying to hold back now. I have to force my words out as the lump begins to stick out of my throat. To tell you the truth, Hanako, I was scared. For the first time since my heart attack, I was really scared. Sal? I lost so much when I came to Yamako. I was depending on you. More than I've ever thought I did. Even now, I still have that hole inside me. After losing my entire life and everyone I know, the thought of losing you as well. But I'm just a useless... You're my friend, Hanako. No, you're more than that. I love you, Hanako. I love you so much that the thought of losing you frightened me so much. Oh, this is bad. I'm really letting all this out. I can't bring myself to look at her face right now. I'm sorry, Sal. I can't help feeling a bit happy. For so long, that's all I wanted to hear. The last of the floodgates break. The sound of her crying meeting the air as her body jerks against mine. We hold each other tightly, connected more closely than ever in our shared grief and our shared happiness. I don't know how things are going to be like after this. Right now, though, I don't care. There's no other person in the world that either of us could possibly share these moments and emotions with. Nobody. That took a lot out of me. Fuck. Voice acting's a bitch. Oh, God. Dude. After dropping the dirty can into the bin next to the bench, I take a seat beside Hanako. She puts away the handkerchief that I gave her to clean herself up, which hasn't helped much. Then again, I doubt I look much more presentable. Even now, I feel emptied and a bit embarrassed after letting my emotions out in public like that. It's not a bad sensation, though. I feel Hanako feels the same way, too. If you calm down a bit... Yes, thank you. For a while, we just sit. And take our time before talking again to one another. We both need a little time to collect ourselves. The weather's nice at this time of year. Yeah, it is. I close my eyes for a moment, relishing the feeling of the sun's heat and the cool breeze against my face. The weather really is nice today. Really, really nice. You know, I don't really want to go back to classes right now. Do you? She shakes her head and as she finishes wiping her eyes with her cuff. The small smile she gives is nice, and it's a reminder of how earnest it can be. Smiling for other people might be completely normal, everyday thing. For Hanako, though, she smiles so rarely and so sincerely that each and every time she does it, I feel a sense of relief and happiness. I'm sorry for everything. It's okay. I think we have a bit to be sorry for. I know that I'm too shy, and I know you don't want me to be. I don't think you can't change, Hanako. I know that because even in the time I've known you, you've already changed. To be honest, just being able to sit here and talk to you like this means that you've changed a lot since we first met. But I can't be like that for anyone else. I don't have any plans for after school ends either. Hanako's confidence begins to slide down again. But I think that now I can finally talk to her as an equal. I can do it because I know that we're just the same in so many ways. Just give yourself time, and I think you'll be able to achieve what you want. No, I'm sure that you'll be able to do it. I can see that you've been trying, and I have faith in you. And you can depend on me if you feel like you need someone to support you. You know. But I can't ask that of you. You can, because that's exactly what I'm asking of you. I'm going to do the same thing, you know. It's called love. Hanako smiles before I get off the bench and dust myself off. She does the same in short measure. I'm kind of hungry. Want to grab something to eat? She nods vigorously. The way she's smiling, the way she's acting, even just in general, air she gives off. I feel as if this is the first time I've seen her genuinely happy. We both make our way to the street, walking beside each other. Hisao? Yeah? I think I don't really understand you. I don't think I understand you either. I believe it's fine though. There's not a single hint of despair in our voice. Not understanding each other is only natural. The walls we set between ourselves couldn't possibly be broken down in a single day. But it's fine. As long as we get to take it day by day and try to understand one another, I think everything will be okay. As we walk down the street though, Hanako's eyes flick to my face and back to the street repeatedly. Is there something on your mind? You look restless. She slows before stopping completely. When I turn to meet her, she takes a long, deep breath, looking at my face intently. This expression, I saw it once before on her face. Just once, when I accidentally surprised her in the room. I think I have something I need to give you. What is it? You don't need to be evasive about it. I wanted to give you this for a long time. But now that I need to, it's too embarrassing. Don't worry, I'll accept it, whatever it is. She gives a sweet, bashful smile before taking my shoulder in her hand. Then please accept my first gift to you, Sal. Hanako? That was one of the best experiences I've had in a good while. And what I have to say is that was probably one of the best ways to end it off. I want to keep... I wish that they would continue it off and have like the after parts or whatever, because that was so beautifully done, beautifully written, and beautifully just created. I think this is one of my favorite games, if you want to consider it as a game I've ever played right now. And I can damn well guarantee you I'm going to do all the rest of the acts and every other pathway, because this one, thank you 4 Studios first off, because this is a free download that you can get. This was amazing. I can't believe that they made such an amazing piece of work, because that's just beautiful. And I like how whenever you unlock the act, you have these little papers that come up. But you guys have no idea how all these feels, man. I feel so warm-hearted and calm, and like I felt so connected to the character herself that, don't get me wrong, there are times where I'm like, wait, no, but I felt such a connection, and I'm so happy that that we get to see Hisao and Hanako fall in love, and that happens in the end. And you know what? It's crazy to see that kind of thing happen, and it's crazy to know what they both went through and overcame. Hanako overcame, especially, you know, the sex scene. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was kind of like, what the fuck, but they captured that really well. And you know, there's something else I could say besides, you can damn well be sure I will do the rest of them. I know who I'm doing next, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to announce it. You're going to figure it out later. This was beautiful. I can't believe that 4 Studios pulled something like this off. I highly recommend you guys download this and do your own runs of the other characters yourself. You can damn well guarantee that. The only questions I have, which I'm pretty sure, and I actually like that it's open-ended, What's gonna happen when Lily comes back? What is she gonna say? What happens to Hanako and Hisao in the long run? What's gonna happen, you know, in school? And that's, you know what I like? I get to create that in my own mind and be happy with that. I will never know. None of us will ever know for sure unless they want to create something or say like, oh, this is what happens. I get to create it myself in my own mind, and that's beautiful. And god damn it, thank you for these studios. I'm sucking your dick right now as we speak. This is beautiful. Please, people, go ahead and download this. I'm gonna make sure this has the download link in the description because this is beautiful. That's Katawa Shoujo for now, you guys. And I will catch you guys later. This was beautiful. I'm just so awed. And that took a lot out of me today. The voice acting, obviously you guys felt like I was crying. I wasn't. I mean, I was going to tear up a little bit, but I added to it. I wanted to make sure I did the best to my voice acting capabilities that I could. I think I captured it well. This is beautiful. And I fucking love Hanako. This is beautiful. I'm gonna relax now because I am exhausted from fucking 4 hours or whatever of recording this. Yeah. Let me see something. Library. We're 30% done of all the stories. And that's just what Hanako's. Obviously, there's still Emi, Lily, Rin, and Shizune. I'm not doing Lily next. I'm not. I'm saving that for one of the... Oh, wow. Hold on, wait. What the hell is this? I'm assuming these are just the scenes that I didn't do. Oh, no. This is for Act 1, huh? Okay. Well, apparently these are like the scenes that are left. Let me see what I miss. In Act 2, there's something that could have changed here. Okay. Probably one of those decisions. Choices. Act 4, there was probably 2 things that could have gone differently. Yeah, wow. But yeah, this was beautiful. This is Season Pleaser signing off. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!